Hello everybody, it's Wendy and I am here today with some beautiful beads from Sam's Bead Box, and we're going to create a multi-strand necklace. So my inspiration for this is this gorgeous focal piece that has this little AB etched tree of life. It's so pretty. And I wanted to use that in the center. And then I love these beads. He called these Beachy Mix rondelles. And they are check glass. And I thought they were so beautiful with this tree. And I wanted to use them. And then the bicones, I pulled them in and I was like, oh, that really ties everything together. So pretty. So I wanted to use the bicones. And then I was like, well, I have this really cool chunky chain. So I've got this chain that I think would be really cool up the sides. So I decided that I wanted to pull that in. And then I was like, okay, well, let's make a multi-strand something or other because I really like these saucer beads. And I think they would be really cool all strung together. And then I was like, well, they'd look really pretty with these apatite beads, which would kind of draw all this together. So it's gone from there. And then I had these bead caps that I kind of wanted to bring in and use. And I decided to do the stringing on this beading chain and let a little bit of it show on the sides because I like the way that looks. So that meant I needed some clamshell connectors and some crimps. So I brought those in. And of course I need a head pin for the focal. So I've got that here. And we're just going to close it all off with a lobster clasp. So that is how it all came together here on the bead mat. So we are going to create this beautiful necklace. Now Sam's Bead Box is a monthly subscription beading box. It is $45 a month plus shipping, and I do have a coupon code for $5 off your first box. It is Wendy, just Wendy, and I will link all that in the description box below this video, okay? So first off, let's make our focal. So I wanted to do the focal here with a couple of the bead caps and a couple of bicones. So this was kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to take the bicone and then take the bead cap and put it on to where it lays down over the bicone, like this. Okay, then I was going to take this bead. Now I considered actually doing this, and I may still do that. I just think that's so pretty. And then put this bead on. Yeah, I really do like that. And I wanted to do something just really pretty with the focal on this because it is so beautiful. Okay, so then we'll do this one. We'll lay this bead cap down over it. We will put this one back to back and do this bicone on top. And there is our beautiful focal piece. And I think that's gorgeous. It looks very ornate with the bead caps here like this. And we still have room to make our loop, so I'm going to go ahead and bend 90 degrees. Not going to cut anything off because I'm pretty much out of wire, so let's just roll our loop back. Just like this. And there we have our pretty little focal. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. So we're just going to take it and we're going to put it right on our beading chain. Now I'm not sure how long I'm going to make these sections. We'll have to see here, but I'm going to put this right on my beading chain, just like that. So it's just going to hang right in the middle. Now I want to do something pretty with these gorgeous little beachy beads here. And so I don't want to cover them with bicone or with bead caps because I think they're so pretty. But I would like to put some bead caps and alternate bead caps and bicones possibly. So I'm going to put on a bicone. And this is the good thing about this beading chain. You can actually bead right on it. Most beads will go on it. I do have it on my website, but my website is not up right now. You can put things in your your cart and your wish list. And you can check out, but just if you want to be sure and get the items. But I won't be able to fill your order for a little while because we're moving and everything's packed away. So it'll probably be, I don't know, a week and a half before I could fill the orders. But if you want to go ahead and order, you're welcome to do that. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to take the bead cap and put it facing the bicone just like I did on there, like this. I really like the way those look. It's pretty cool. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just like that. And then I'm going to do them back to back with each other, just like this. And I'm going to do a bicone on each side. And some of these fit on better than others, but for the most part, they go on pretty easily. So let's go ahead and get this one on. And if the end of your chain is a little bit split, like sometimes it splits, then they can be really hard to get on, and you can trim your chain a little bit and maybe that will help. Okay, now we're going to do the beachy bead. Like this. Oh, those are so pretty. This is going to be a really pretty necklace. Look how pretty that looks. It's very Victorian looking, I think. Okay, then I'm going to do the same thing again with the bicones and the bead caps, just because I really love the way it looks. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put this bead cap facing. I just don't want to cover up the beachy beads with the bead cap, so I'm just going to use the bead caps on the bicones, because the bicones will still have a little bit of sparkle, but these beachy beads have such pretty color that I want it all to show. Okay, then we'll do the next beachy bead. Ooh, those are pretty. Wow, I like this. It's turning out really nice. Okay, let's do this bicone, or this bead cap. Okay, then this bicone. And like I said, it can be a little tricky, but they will go on. And what did I do? Did I do that wrong? Yes. Hold on, I did this wrong. So I need a bicone there, not the bead cap. There we go. Okay, get the bicone on, and then this guy facing the bicone. Okay, this guy facing away, and another bicone. Down on there now, go on. And then another one of these really beautiful beads. Oh, goodness, I'm having trouble with this chain today. All right, so there that is. That's really beautiful. I think I may do just a bicone now. And another one of these. Whoops. Just because I want to get these on here. I want these to show up too. So I'm going to do another bicone. I do have my glasses on, believe it or not. I think I'm going to have to get an eye doctor appointment though. I just can't see. I've been putting it off for a long time, and it's getting to the point now where it's getting really bad. Okay. And then we have another one of these. Now, I need to see how many more of these beads that I have. Let's see. I have 4 more. Okay. So I'm going to do another bicone on each side. Oh, I have 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5. And there may be another one laying here. My bead mat is an absolute disaster. If it was here, I probably would not be able to find it right now, so we'll work with what we've got in front of us here. So I'm going to put a bicone on. Oh, shoot. I had him on there, too. Can't afford to be doing that. I'm having enough trouble. Okay. Bicone on. Another one of these guys on. Same thing on the other side. Did it again. There we go. Bicone. Another one of these guys. And see, that just lets them show up a little bit more. This was kind of spreading them out too thin. I didn't want to do that the whole way, but I do like this, and I'm going to do another segment of it here, but I'm going to do another bicone. Okay, now he's just not wanting to go on there. Let me trim this chain. I think it's split a little on the end, and that makes it really hard to get anything on it. Yep. Okay, another one of these beads. Same thing on this side, another bicone, and this one split too. Sometimes they just do that. They split after you put so many beads on them, and then you just have to trim it a little bit. Okay, bicone. One more of these. I think these are such pretty beads. Okay, and since I have one more of them, I'm not going to use it, but I am going to do this again as well. I'm going to do the bicone. Then the bead cap facing it. The bead cap facing away from the other one. And another bicone. And that's how I'm going to end this little section of the strand. So let's do the bicone over here. Come on. Well, I know it will go on there because we've been doing it this whole time. It's just being very difficult. There we go. Okay, bead cap facing the bicone. Bead cap facing away. And one more bicone. Okay. There we go. So that's going to be our section. And then it's going to hook onto this right here. Okay, onto this. Ooh, it's going to be really pretty. Okay. Now, I want to do another one across here, a little beaded section. And for this one, let me grab this chain. For this one, I just kind of wanted to do these saucer beads and these real pretty apatite beads just across this middle section here. I thought that would be pretty. I may put a bicone on each end. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do a bicone. And then a couple of saucers. Let me look. How many do I want to put together? Probably the two. And then I may put these bead caps on these pretty apatite beads because a lot of this bead would still show. Let's see what that looks like. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty. And a lot of this, guys, is just trial and error. You just have to kind of, you know, just try and see what you want to do. I'm going to do two more saucers. If you don't like the look of it, you can always just pull it off. It's no big deal. And I've done that a lot. You know, I'll get something put together and think, oh, I hate this. And then I'll just pull it apart, redo it. Okay. Yeah, very pretty. The saucer beads, and then we'll go ahead and do another of these apatite beads. And I'm not going to make this strand as long, obviously. It's going to hang above the other one. But I just really like these saucer beads. I think they're so pretty. They have this beautiful luster finish on them. And these apatite beads are just gorgeous as well. So I thought, let's use it all. I have really enjoyed this box this month from Sam. I've made several things. I'm going to do a finished jewelry update, which I haven't done for a long time, but I'm going to do another one just because I've made so many things from this box that I really want to show them. Okay, I'm going to put a bicone here in the middle, like this. If I can get it on. Come on. I know you will go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to put a bicone in the middle, then I'm going to do 2 saucers. And I'm basically just repeating my pattern backwards. Okay, I'm going to do the 2 saucers, then I'm going to do a bead cap, another apatite bead, and a bead cap. Okay, just like that. 2 saucers. One more. They're not really that hard to get on there. I'm just struggling a little bit today with the fine motor skills. Okay. All right, so that was this section. Okay, so I need another bead cap. Another apatite bead. Another bead cap. 2 saucers and a bicone. Two saucers. Come on, saucer. And one more bicone. And this will be our strand that hangs right above the other one. Okay, so let me move this stuff out of the way. Okay, so it's going to go right like this. I think it's very pretty. It turned out very pretty. Really like it's almost got like a Victorian vibe to it. Very pretty. Okay, and so what I'm going to do now is I need to make these either come together. I could do them, put them together through one clamshell, or I could do 2 clamshells on this ring, okay? I kind of think I want to do 2 clamshells on the ring because I want these to be able to hang free of each other. I don't really want them to be connected. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to take my clamshell and I'm going to put my chain through it on the bottom. Okay, then I'm going to put my little crimp bead on the chain. And these will go on here too. But like the bicones and the saucer beads, you kind of have to coerce them in. There, got it. I'm going to take my pliers and I'm just smashing this down. I'm not crimping it any special way. It's just a place, it's just a holder for my clamshell. Okay, so there it is. Close the clamshell, nice and tight. And there's what we've got. Now, what I have to decide is how I want this to hang. So, for me, necklaces like this, I like to hang kind of around my collarbone. If this was a tassel, I would want it to be really long, but it's not a tassel, so I don't want it to be really long. So normally, that type of a necklace for me is about 24 inches total. It's about 12 inches on each side. I think we've got more than 12, or no, we do have right at 12. Okay, so this is going to work great. So there's that side. Now I'm going to go ahead and hook this on with a small jump ring, just because it will help me to be able to get my other side measured out correctly as well. So let me find a jump ring. Here we go. And we're just going to hook this. I wish I had a smaller jump ring. Let me see. Here's a smaller one. That one may be too small. Yeah, I don't really have anything kind of in between. All my jump rings are mixed together. Oh, here's one. This guy should work. Okay. So let's go ahead and hook this on, because like I said, it will help me to be able to get my length correct on the other side. So I'm just going to go ahead and hook it through my clamshell loops. They have to be lined up. Oh no, and that one's not, that one doesn't have its thing poked out. Let me see if I can do it with my beading awl. I've had this problem before and have not been able to get the beading awl to poke through it, so we'll see. Let me try this real quick. It's really aggravating when that happens, and I should check them before I even put them on, but I don't always do it. So let me see if I can get it punched through. Yeah, no. All right, here's my bench block. Now my camera may tip over. Come on, don't do this to me. Did it go through? No, I think it went outside of the other one. On it. I do have a punch, but I think the punch is bigger than this. Well, if this occurs, you can trim this loop off. I mean, it's really not necessary to have both loops, but it would be great if I could get it to punch. It's not going to. Okay, so in that case, I'm just going to trim this loop off. I mean, it is not totally necessary. And then close this up. And you could stick a little bit of glue in there if you wanted, but it's not really going to affect a whole lot. It'll stay. They even make them with only one loop to close, so it's not really a big deal, but I do hate when that happens. But, you know, things like that happen. Just make it work and move on. Okay, so there's our one side. So now, in order to do my other side, it's going to be a little bit, let me get this out of the way. I'm getting everything all tangled up. So I want to make sure that my other side hangs the same, you know, obviously. So I'm going to make sure this is pulled up all the way, and I'm going to go ahead and take my clamshell and put it on. Okay, and then I'm going to put my crimp on. And I'm going to let them fall all the way down, and I'm not going to push this, okay? So I'm going to let gravity do the work. I am making sure that everything is together, that there's no big gaps in my wire, or you can see, but I don't want this to be stick straight either. I want it to have a little movement. So I'm going to take my plier. I'm going to go right in and crimp that little bead down. Just like that, okay? And it's crimped really tightly. And then I'm just going to cut my wire right above it. And I'm just going to make sure it's crimped really good. Now, like I said, if you don't feel like this is secure, I've not had a trouble with them at all. But if you don't feel like it's secure, you can always take some E6000 and put in there, and then it's definitely not going to go anywhere. But I've never had trouble with just crimping the little bead and then crimping my, or closing my clamshell. That's always been just fine. All right, so now I need the same little jump ring. Here's another one. And I'm going to hook this one to that pretty chain. Okay, just like this. The cat is taking a bath. If you're hearing weird noises, it is the cat. He is beside me, taking a very loud bath. Do I have that closed? No, I gotta make sure I get it closed all the way because they will slip out. Okay, so there's that. Now I want to hook my second strand in here. So here it is. And I want it, you kind of just want to lay this like it would be on your body, okay? And this one, I want it to kind of lay down in here, but not a lot. So I'm just going to lay it in there like I want it to go. Pull this end down. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. Put my clamshell in. Put my crimp on. All right, and then crimp this down. Okay, pull this up and close it. And find a matching jump ring. I just saw one. Where'd it go? Maybe I didn't. I know there's more of them in here. I dumped all of my jump rings, my entire container that had all of my jump rings, all of my little teeny tiny silver seed beads, and a bunch of other tiny stuff in the floor yesterday. It was really bad. I just looked at it and walked away. I was like, I can't even deal with you right now. So yeah, that kind of thing, I hate when that happens. And that is not a matching jump ring, but it looks like it's as close as I'm gonna get, because I don't see any more of those others. I thought I had a bunch of those. Maybe I used them all. Those two match. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna take this one and we're just gonna do the same thing. So we're going to hook this in right here. Make sure that your strands don't cross. Just a minute, Sebastian. I'll be done in a minute and I'll let you out. He wants out the door and the door's closed. Huh. I see you down there. I know it. All right. So there's that one. Now we want to come across here and you want to just kind of lay it like you want it to go. This is how I do it. And that's kind of how I want it to go. And pull it up just a little. Make sure that's in the middle. And that's pretty perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this where I've got it, because I know that that's where I want it to be. Okay, so cutting it. Now we're going to put our other lobster claw on, or clamshell. I always call these lobsters. I guess the sea creatures gets in my lobster, clam, shrimp, whatever. Okay, and then I'm just going to mash that guy down, pull this up, and close it. All right, so there's that. Let's add this on with its jump ring. I'm liking this necklace a lot. I like the Victorian kind of vibe I'm getting. It's kind of boho Victorian. I don't know. It's different. I'm telling you, Sam's box was so much fun to work with this month. I just have really enjoyed it. I've been doing, how many things have I made? I've made a memory wire bracelet, this necklace, another necklace, a pair of earrings. I mean, I've been having fun with this one. All right, let's close that up. And there it is. Very, very pretty. Let's move that down a little. Oh, I really like it. I really, really like it. It's beautiful. Okay, let me see if I can put it on a form. I'm not in my own element here. I'm in my in-laws' house, but let me see if I can put this on a form, because I want you to see how it hangs, and I will be right back. Okay, so here it is. I really like it. I think it turned out super cute. Very boho, very kind of Victorian-ish. I don't know, but this focal is just gorgeous. It's kind of hard to see the tree on there at this point, but it is there. But yeah, I like this a lot. I think it turned out really pretty, and I'm sorry my camera's not wanting to focus. Stop. What is wrong with you? Oh my goodness. Okay, let me see if I can... Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, the camera just wigged out on me. I don't know what was going on. But anyway, there it is. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sam's box, I will have all the information in the description box below. It is a beautiful box this month, I have to say. I love it. So anyway, please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!